Hello students, today we get to finish our base coat painting. So today we are going to focus on the tops of our boards and our playing pieces. As you can see, I have a nice base coat on the bottom of this piece, okay? And remember we did two coats or two applications of our base coat, and that gave me a nice solid color. All right, so we're going to do the same thing today, but only on the tops. So let me visualize that for you. Okay, very similar setup as you can see, and I let these dry. So now I am ready to give my board and my pieces some more base coat. And I'm going to just use my brush to give it its first application, okay? And this time I'm painting down the sides of my boards very carefully on these side pieces. Sometimes these sides are a little rough, so they drink up more paint when they're rough like this. And so I just keep applying paint like so. Da, da, da. My goal is to really get a nice coat of base coat color on there, all right? So you can see that looks pretty good on the side. And you're going to, of course, do the whole top of your game board in your base coat color, okay? And take your time and take a moment while you paint to think of things that make you happy. Or think of things like who you would like to play tic-tac-toe with when this is all done. Those kind of thoughts put some real positive energy into the piece you are painting. Now you can see through my white base coat here. I can still see some of the wood, and that's okay because I know I'm going to do two applications once that's dry. So then go on over and paint all of the tops now in places where you did not get base coat before. Okay, so I'm just going back over and doing the top sides of all these cute little pieces. All right. Well, here's that big guy. Look at that. He needs some top coat. There we go. Some base coat, I should say, on his top side. Gets a little confusing with that, eh? All right, so I'm going to do the rest of my pieces. I'm going to set my brush in my water just for a little bit so that it stays hydrated. And there is, of course, a movie about painting rocks that you can watch while your first application on the top sides of your pieces and board hang out. By the time you watch that movie, you can come back and dry off your brush and go ahead and put a second application of your base coat on all parts of these pieces and top sides, okay? Then make sure you rinse your brush out in warm water and clean up everything, but let it dry overnight. It needs to be fully dry before we go on to our next steps. So enjoy, remember, think happy thoughts while you're creating your wonderful base coat color, okay? Mine's gonna be white. Yours might be something different.